A very good morning to you and welcome to Sports Recap on Hughes TV. After a lovely week, we saw actions going down in the local scene and of course in the English Premier League, where we saw Chelsea defeating Wolves and Tottenham beating Brighton at home. Congratulations to the team. I am Ainan Lubem and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Lubem. Good morning, viewer. This is actually that time where we get to see who leads the table, comfortably in the English Premier League. Everyone waiting for that day. The leader and the second will surely meet. That's Arsenal against Manchester City. That's when we'll decide who tops the table. I am Richard Badung and I'm coming out to say good morning from top of the table.
Of course, beginning from the local scene as usual. The Ministry of Youth and Sport Development has released a kick-off dates for this year's National Youth Games and Principal Cups. This was contained in a letter signed by the Minister of Sports, Sunday Dare, to the Kaduna State Governor and Nasiru Ahmed El Rufai. The 7th National Youth Games will be held from 13th to 21st December 2022 at the University of Ilorin, while Principal's Cup holds from 7th to 20th November 2022. The minister also stated the announcement and closing dates for the second Principal's Cups. The second edition of the champions shall feature only male football teams. How will you react to this?
I think it's a very good development we have in the National Youth Games. Delta State has actually, taken dominance of that particular one for a while now. And no doubt, it's one of the most exciting games in Nigeria, more like our own Olympics, but at the youth level. I think for this Principal Cup, it's actually a good one also. We started last year where we saw one of the teams I won't mention name actually come out, top and a winner of that one. For the National Youth Games, you already see zonal participations now. Whichever sports you qualify for is what you'll be participating. We expect 36 states to get themselves involved. But, I still feel, I have this deep feeling within me that the winner of this year's National Youth Game might still come, from the South zone again. Just like we've seen Delta State on 3 occasions consecutively win this one. They might still be the champion because they have the facility to actually go about it.
All right, away from that one now to the president of Nigerian football, that is Ibrahim Musa Gusau, who has challenged Rivers United, Plateau United and Kwara Cup respectively. Yes, following the battling performances against North African opponents in Nigeria on Sunday. All 3 clubs came from behind to win their matches. How would you react to this? Congratulations to the Nigerian team.
Of course, it's a big congratulations to the NPFL sides. One would have expected less than these. These are all top teams. Without Casablanca, of course, our defending champions of the CAF Confederations Cup. RS Berkane, actually, one-time finalist. And of course, you won't take away that very team. Talking about that team now, Esperance de Tunis are 3 times CAF champions. And they are all coming out, to play on this particular competition. I think it's a good one for them. On a very good note, Nigeria actually came out winning all the games. The Nigerian teams won all. Now, what are we expecting in the second leg is what we don't know. But I think these teams will not want to be easy. Mind you, they are all North African teams. And we are only Nigerian teams. So now they want to come all out to play against the Nigerian teams. And I bet you if we manage to qualify to the group stage, we've proven to the African teams that we are ready for the league. But for now, all I can just tell you is just one. And that one thing is we are ahead. And we just want to seal it and get everything done and dusted.
All right, in preparation for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against Tanzania this month, the Nigeria under-23 team will begin camping in Ibadan today. Now, some of the players have been selected. How far do you see this team, especially most of the players are from the local scene? How do you see them progressing in the under-23?
Yeah, of course. They are all from the local scenes, from the first division league, that's the NPFL, some of them from the NNL, and we also had some from the NLO also, all coming out to represent the teams. From the list, we actually saw Kayode Bankole of Remo Stars, Nathaniel Iwosu actually making that, Edwin Emelan also from Calabar Rovers, and Amajon Box to Box FC. This is the NLO side I'm talking about. While for the defenders, Bamai Kalocho of Yom FC, Bello Abatunde of Akwa United, also James Ajako of Akwa United making that list. MY Jami FC Yazid Adamu. We also see the likes of Anas Hassan of Vandreza, and of course Isaiah Eje of of Kwara United, the captain of Kwara United side, also falling on the list. The likes of Maurice Chukwu, Agai Kato, Plateau United, of course Uchi Ogona, Adamu, and others who are coming from the midfield, the likes of Joshua Lechenu from Nasada United, all should actually be part of this squad. This is actually a home-based side. While we also see for the attacking lineup Sikifulu Mohammed, Mustafa Jibrin, and you mentioned Jerry Alex. You want to take away Kalu Samuel, Edwin John also. I think our coach, Salisu Yusuf has done a whole lot in selecting these players. We don't just want to see a whole lot in selecting the players. We want to see a whole lot when the game actually commences, and that's what we should expect from this particular team. Nigeria is a big country when it comes to football, and mind you, we are actually the most successful team when it comes to the Olympics. Every other team in Africa actually stands behind us. We are the only team with Olympic gold medal in football. That was the Atlanta '96 there in the US. So it's just a big one for us to go all out there and replicate the same form. When we meet Tanzania, we'll beat them, move to the second qualifying series. We win. Of course, not all of these players will make it to the main mundial. The main mundial, we know if we eventually qualify, most of them will be foreign-based players, and of course some of the senior men in the national team. So I think it's just it should just be a balance. But this one should try their best and get themselves a slot first.
Away from football now, news now to the UFC welterweight, where the champion Leon Edwards has revealed that the trilogy fight against his rival Kamaru Usman will be held in March of next year after he dethroned the former champ at UFC 278 in August. Edwards pulls one of the greatest comebacks in MMA history when he knocked out the former welterweight champ and pound-for-pound king with a thunderous head kick with less than a minute left in the fight while he was down in rounds. It was the first knockout since that Usman will suffer since he started his professional career in 2012.
I think interesting to know that a trilogy will surely be coming up. Usman won the first fight, he lost the second one, and now Leon Edwards has accepted the third fight. That second fight gave him a confidence over Kamaru Usman, and that's why he's coming out for the second fight, the third fight. Edwards actually feel he now knows Usman's weak point, and Usman is still confident that he was actually ahead in that game. So whatever he took, then he would actually bounce back and get this one. I just wish them all the best. I expect Kamaru Usman, being the Nigerian he is, having that Nigeria blood, should actually go all out there and get the welterweight championship belt once again from Leon Edwards, and this would be a great comeback for him also if he gets that.
But in this fight, who do you see winning this particular one?
I see Kamaru Usman winning this one this time around, because
Edwards.
I think then he has learned his lessons, not like Anthony Joshua. He has learned his lessons, and of course he should actually fix them right this time around against Edwards. Mind you, it's not the second time, it's the trilogy fight, and a win for Usman shows it's better than there will be no need for a quad fight. So I think a trilogy is okay.
Yes. Still talking about boxing or welterweight championship, former two-time rival Tyson Fury misses out after he gave up his belt when he announced he was retired in August. Joshua suffered his second consecutive defeat to Alexander Usyk in September, which has put him out of the welterweight world title picture for the first time in several years.
All right, away from that one, let's let you know that in Formula One, Max Verstappen has actually shown himself to be one of the greatest by winning the Japanese Grand Prix. Verstappen actually headed Sergio Perez and of course Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, and of course putting away so far Sir Lewis Hamilton. There was confusion after the race as to whether Verstappen had done enough to tie up the championship, because it was not immediately clear whether full points would be awarded for a race that ran just over half distance. Meanwhile, the governing body said that reduced points only applied if a suspended race could not be resumed. Awarding full points or three-quarter points, as all the teams expected would be the case, was the difference between Verstappen leaving Japan as a double world champion or having to go to the next race in the USA, needing to gain 1 point on Leclerc and Perez to seal it.
After Anthony Marshall suffered another injury in just 3 games into his comeback.
You know, I just love the fact Ronaldo actually scored yesterday, 700 goal. No one would have expected it that Ronaldo will stay up to 9 games in the Premier League before he gets his first Premier League goal of the season. So sad for the Portuguese there. He has done beautifully well when it comes to club football, and 700 for him actually is a pace. Of course, he joined Manchester United, I think,